Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jay from Sony Alpha Lab, and what I'm going to show you here is how to set up your Sony A7R Mark II, or any Sony A7 camera for that matter, for back focusing. And we're going to set it over to this button here, and that's how I actually use my camera, but I don't really show tutorials that often using that because it ends up confusing people more. So anyway, I just want to show you how this is set up here finally. I'm getting around to it, so you're going to want to watch this video. The shutter button, when you press it halfway, see how it focuses? But you can easily, hit the button by accident and stuff. It's not exactly easy to do all the time, depending on how you're holding the camera, the weight of the camera with the given lens. So I'm going to show you how to do the back focusing here. And this is what you got to do. First thing you got to do is go to the gear setting, and then you got to go to page 5 for the Sony A7 Mark II. And what we're going to do is AF with shutter. You have to turn that off. That's step 1. So once you turn that off, then the shutter won't focus anymore. See when I'm hitting the button halfway? It's not focusing now. Alright, so then you're just going to go into your custom key settings, and that's under the 7 and the, the gear settings icon for the Sony A7 Mark II. And what you're going to look for is on page 2 here. I'm on page 1, and there's page 2. We just changed the AEL button. Auto exposure lock is what that button is normally set to, and we're going to change that. So we just scroll down until we find AF on. There it is. Alright, so we just changed the AF on function from the shutter to this button back here. Now let me show you how it works. See? Look at that. Unbelievably cool, right? I just wanted to show you. See, I'm pressing the shutter button and it's not working. Hit this button, boom, focus locks right on. Focus. Move it back over here, hit the button. And there we go. So that's how you do it, guys. It's that easy. Alright guys, so another thing I wanted to show you here was how to move the focus, the flexible spot. And how I got to do it now is you go into the function menu. This is how it's set up default. You go into the function menu, you select your focus mode, then you have to click the icon that you want and then move it, and then you can focus. And I'm using the back button focus here. Alright, so you got to hit function. Like I said, go into the function menu. It's kind of a pain in the butt. A couple of steps there. Alright, but that's how you do it. So now I want to show you how to set it to the center button here, which makes much more sense, and somebody mentioned it in the comments, and you guys really should know how to do that. So just go into the menu. Right now the center button here is set to IAF, and we're going to change that. So I'm going to go to custom key settings. Notice it's under 7 and the gear icon. And what we're going to do is right here, see the center button? We're going to change that from IAF to standard. And that's all the way at the top, so you're going to have to scroll up right there, standard. All right, so now if we focus, now if we hit this button here, look at that. Now you can just move it and go back to focus like that. So it's really easy to change your flexible spot or focus mode now. Much better that way. Much more efficient than going into the menu like that. So I hope you guys got something out of that. Back focus, boom, and take a shot. Alright guys, so I just wanted to show you another setting here that I have set custom here, and it's called zoom. And this is a great feature for video in particular, but you can also use this to get more zoom out of your lens. It's a clear image zoom and then a digital zoom. So watch what happens when I hit the trash can here button. Notice how the zoom comes up, and then I can zoom in. Right, and that's clear image zoom right there. And then if you go beyond that, now I'm just digital zooming. But what's nice about this is if you're not using a zoom lens, you can actually have zoom when you're doing video. And it's a very powerful feature. All right, so let me show you how to set that up real quick. If you go to menu, first thing you got to do is you got to go to the zooming option. You have to enable that. And that's right down here. See the zoom setting? You got to turn that on. And I have it set to digital zoom, but you could set it to clear image zoom only if you want. I'm going to set it to digital zoom because when you're using video, you're using only, 1920 by 1080 pixels depending on what you're shooting, unless you're shooting 4K, of course. And there's so many pixels that you're actually not going to lose quality doing that. So that's why I like to enable this feature. So then you're going to go to the gear and you're going to go to 7, right? And you're going to go to custom key settings. So then you're just going to go to custom button 4, and you can see here C4 is the trash can, and I have it set to zoom. So that's how you do it. And then that gives you this feature where you can zoom in if you want. Really cool. Alright guys, that's about it for this video. I really hope you learned something, and please feel free to ask questions in the comments below. Have a great day.